Picture this. The smoky, foggy streets of 19th century London. For centuries, humanity lived in fear of something they couldn't see. People believed that deadly diseases like cholera, the Black Death, and even the flu were carried on the wind. In poisonous clouds of bad air they called miasma. If it smelled bad, it was dangerous. That was the prevailing wisdom, a belief held for thousands of years. But what if this age-old idea was completely wrong? The first clues emerged in the 1840s. Scientists, peering through newly powerful microscopes, discovered a hidden world teeming with life. In water, in the air, everywhere, there were countless tiny microorganisms. This sparked a radical new question. Could these invisible germs be the real source of disease, not some mystical bad air? It was a fascinating theory, but it needed proof. That proof arrived in the most tragic way possible. In the summer of 1854, a brutal cholera outbreak devastated London's Soho district. People were dying within hours of their first symptoms, while everyone else was blaming the foul city air. One doctor, John Snow, had a different idea. He wasn't just a physician, he was a detective. He started mapping the deaths, case by case, house by house. He was looking for a pattern, a connection that everyone else was missing. And then he found it. The cluster of deaths was centered around a single popular water pump on Broad Street. Snow suspected that the killer wasn't in the air people were breathing, but in the water they were drinking. He presented his findings to the local authorities, urging them to take action. Skeptical but desperate, they agreed to a simple experiment. They removed the handle from the pump, forcing residents to get their water elsewhere. The result was immediate and dramatic. The number of new cholera cases plummeted almost overnight. John Snow's theory was gaining ground. He dug deeper and found even more compelling evidence. A woman who lived miles away had died from cholera. It turned out she loved the taste of the Broad Street water and had it delivered to her home daily. Meanwhile, a nearby workhouse, which had its own private well, had almost no cases among its hundreds of residents. The final damning piece of evidence was the source of the contamination. A leaking cesspit just feet from the well had been contaminated by a sick baby's dirty diapers, seeping the cholera bacteria directly into the water supply. Despite this powerful evidence, the old miasma myth died hard. It took decades more work from scientific giants like Lowy pasteurization and vaccines, and Robert Koch, who finally isolated the specific cholera bacterium in 1884, to definitively prove that germs were the true enemy. Germ theory had finally won. This monumental shift in understanding didn't just change medicine, it changed the world. It led to modern sanitation, clean water systems, and the foundations of public health that save countless lives every single day. It proved that one person with a question, armed with data and a relentless pursuit of the truth, can overturn even the most entrenched beliefs. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? What widely accepted truths of our time will future generations look back on and see as their own miasma theory? After all, every great leap forward begins with challenging what we think we know. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy exploring the stories behind great scientific discoveries, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.